is Kristina. So today I have another movie review for you, and this time I went to see Gravity. And I was so excited to see Thor on Friday, but I couldn't wait, and then my friend was like, let's go see some movie, and it was only Wednesday, and so I went to see Gravity. And actually I was pleasantly surprised. It was pretty good. We were gonna see The Counselor, which has so many actors in it that are, you know, famous and good, but the guy at the movies said he would not recommend it, like the one at the ticket stand. He was like, yeah, everybody that went to it either said that it sucked or they just left early or something. And on Rotten Tomatoes, when I was looking it up on Flickster, it had a spot of like 30-something%, so I was like, yeah, probably we shouldn't see that. So he was like, yeah, everybody's liked Gravity, so we just went with his opinion and went to see it. But it was pretty good actually, because I did hear that it was a very like quiet, slow sort of movie, but seeing it, I don't mind that at all, because, you know, I'm from Europe, and a lot of European movies are actually like that, where it's like, you know, pretty quiet and like, what is that noise? People in traffic. But anyway, like, it's, the movies there are pretty quiet, and like, you know, there's a meaning of life or whatever to them, you know. It's not all about like blowing things up, you know, like in a lot of American movies, it's like blockbusters, it's like Transformers or something, like shit blowing up and people dying and shootings and all kinds of shit going on. But I enjoyed the more quiet ones too, and it was very nice. It was inspiring, you know. She went through a lot, and honestly I thought that George Clooney was gonna survive, but he didn't, so that was kind of upsetting, but you know, what can you do? And I thought that she was going to meet some of the Russians in the Russian station, and then there weren't any there, and then I thought she was going to see some Chinese people on the Chinese station. They weren't any there. And I'm like, where the fuck did they all go? Were they all outside of their station when the freaking crash thing happened? Like, why were they all outside? So I guess she was like the sole survivor of all three stations, so that was surprising. And then also the part that he came into the little, you know, whatever it's called, the thing that she was in, and it was like actually a dream. When he came in that, in the back of my head I was thinking like, this can't be right, because he totally opened up the door and she was just covering her face like this, but she was still breathing the same air. I'm like, there's no way that she can be breathing, because he opened the door and he just came in and then closed it. Like, you know, wouldn't the air mix with the no air outside, you know what I mean? How would she be able to breathe? And then he was breathing fine too, and I'm like, this can't be right. But I didn't think it was a dream. Like, I didn't right away think like she was hallucinating, but then afterwards, you know, it showed that it was just her making things up, and just, it was like her subconscious sort of like pushing her, you know, and he was telling her like, you can make it. So, you know, it was very inspiring and touching, and I really liked it. And I thought it was interesting that they made her daughter dead, because if you have someone to go back to, you know, you're more motivated to survive. But since she didn't, it was, I mean, it was understandable. She was like laying in that little, you know, bubble, whatever it's called. And when she had the dream about Clooney, you know, coming in, and then she just kind of gave up and she was laying there like trying to die, you know. So I understand that, because she didn't really have any motivation. She didn't have anyone to go back to on Earth. But then she did, you know, overcome all the obstacles, and I thought it was pretty interesting. And another thing is that I did not like the ending at all, because, I mean, I like the fact that she survived, but then they didn't even show where the fuck she landed. They had no sort of like clue to give you about the continent or country or anything like that. She just landed in some like water or lake or sea or something with some mountains in the back. Like, that could be anywhere, you know what I mean? And I'm like, how the fuck is she gonna get home? Because the thing went down and her suit went down too. So if she landed like on the ground, I mean, of course the impact probably would have been really bad, but if she landed on the ground, at least, you know, whoever she went to get help from, they could see like the actual like space shuttle bubble, whatever it's called, in her astronaut suit. They could see it and be like, oh, you know, she's from blah blah blah, the space and stuff like that. But you know, they didn't have any of that left, because it all sank. So I'm like, how are they gonna know who she is? She's gonna like randomly come upon some village and be like, oh, I'm an American from space and I'm trying to get home, but I have no passport or documents. And they're gonna be like, yeah, bitch, right, like, we're not letting you out of this country. So I don't know how that was. I mean, it made no sense to me. I didn't like that. I know that it's implied that if she can survive up there, then she can survive down here. But still, it would have been more interesting to see at least what country she's in, or get some sort of hope, you know, like where she's meeting a person or something like that, you know, and they would just at least tell her something like, oh, we saw you on TV, or I don't know, some sort of clue like what the fuck is happening where she's at. But they didn't do any of that, and so I didn't like the ending much. But other than that, the movie was pretty great. I would say it's like, I don't know, like 3.5 out of 5 or something like that, you know, I would give it. Yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, and next I'm gonna go see Thor, and then I'm gonna see About Time, and I'm gonna see Hunger Games this month. I'm so excited. So leave me a comment down below if you've seen this movie and if you liked it, if you didn't like it, or if you're trying to see it. And well, then I kind of spoiled it for you if you're trying to see it, but you know, or what movies you are gonna go see this month. So leave me a comment down below and subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, and add me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I will put all my links down below, and I'll see you guys next time.